Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the Lions series here on Madden 20. Now, we are 4-1 to start the season. Definitely a surprise in the division as the rest of the teams are struggling out of the gate. But we do have a quick injury update. Kerryon Johnson is out for 2 more weeks. But still, this team is rolling right now, even with Easton Stick at quarterback. And I've been kind of asking what you guys think I should do at quarterback. And right now, Easton Stick is winning. So I'm going to kind of address that later in this episode. But right now, I'm worried about just keeping on winning. And you can just see our young guys on our squad are getting upgrades, including Tylan Wallace, who's one of the guys that is a rookie and has a hidden dev trait. We have 4 of those right now, including Kennedy Brooks, Travis Etienne, and also our #1 draft pick at number 12, Patton. So we have a lot of guys we are developing here. So I do want to talk about quarterback though, and this is the next draft that Trevor Lawrence is in it, and I doubt I'm going to get him. So I'm looking at some other first-round quarterbacks, starting with Justin Fields. Good A+ arm strength. JT Daniels as well. Brock Purdy, who I really like as well. I like Brock Purdy a lot. Sam Ehlinger's all right. I think that he's an option. And then Adrian Martinez is definitely an option as well. Cornerback is a position we do need to address though. But a dream of mine would be to get Patrick Surtain. If I can trade up to get him in the early first round and still be able to get a quarterback as well, that would be the ultimate goal there, just so I can get, as much first round top end talent as I can get. So we are going to be going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers with Big Ben at now age 39. And you know what? They're not off to a good start at all. Juju Smith-Schuster is their #1 offensive weapon. He's 92 overall, a superstar X Factor. And then on defense, it's TJ Watt, who's still in his mid-20s. He's a #4 ranked left outside linebacker, so definitely got to look at him rushing the passer. So we are on the road in this one. It is a tough game since we will be on the road. Pittsburgh isn't doing as well this season, but no game comes easy. No win comes easy in the NFL. So we will have our hands full. As we can see, can Stick keep this winning going? Hockenson is coming off for a 100-yard gain. He has been slow out of the gate, and maybe last game will be that breakout game. So let's start this one out in enemy territory. Here's a throw out to the left side, and that first throw is incomplete by Easton Stick, and that is going to be a field goal here for the Lions to start out the first drive, as we do start out with the 3-0 lead. So here comes Big Ben in the same exact scenario as us on the other side of the field. 3rd and 7, 4 wide receivers out there. This time he's going to make a throw to the right side. He's got Juju Smith-Schuster in for the touchdown, and that's what Easton Stick should have done, and that is a 7-3 lead here for the Steelers. So now back it onto the field, starting out with pretty good field position. Here's ETN to start the second quarter, and that's about a gain of 3, making it a 3rd and 7. This time Stick throws across the middle, and wow, that one was just not even close. Incomplete, as we do have to kick yet another field goal, and this one is going to be wide to the right off of the upright, and Sanders can't convert. And now we have to kind of move on to the end of the second quarter. Line up for another field goal. This time, the Steelers special team unit comes up with the block. And take a look. He gets up and runs, and he's going to break this one all the way for a touchdown on the block field goal. But take a look. Edmonds is on the ground. Nobody touches him. Even Ying was getting blocked around him. He just gets up and runs for the touchdown. That is just crazy. So now we're down in a hole, 21-3. Here's a throw across the middle, just trying to get some points on the board, as Easton Stick has not had a good start to this game, 6 of 14. So here's a throw to the right side. This time he's missing Hockenson on that throw. And now we get it to a 3rd and 10. Let's see if he can make a throw. Here's Stick. airing it out deep. He's got Marvin Jones in double coverage, though. And nobody that was past the first down marker on that one. He was the only man deep. As now we move this one on to the second half. We're down in a 24-3 hole. Here's ETN getting the carry inside the 10-yard line. And he's picking up about a gain of 5. So now another handoff. This time ETN has the speed and he has the explosiveness. Starting for Kerryon Johnson. He's back in 2 weeks. But ETN looks pretty good and pretty agile. So now we move on to the fourth quarter. Here's Big Ben out onto the field. 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Here's a throw to the left side. He's got his man for a first down. And now Big Ben is inside the 10-yard line as they look to get their second win of the season. 5 wide out there. This time Big Ben throws to the right side. And it's going to be picked off by Sampson. And he's going to take this one all the way to the house. Number 50. He's usually getting after the quarterback with sacks. This time, he makes a big interception, return for a touchdown, and we're right back in this game. So now 3 minutes left. We do get the ball back after forcing a punt. Here's a throw across the middle. That is going to be Tylan Wallace. He gets a lot of yardage on that one to about the 32. So now on a 2nd and 6. This time a draw play up the middle. ETN can't hit the hole on that one, but that's going to bring it to a 3rd and 3. At about the 26-yard line. The Steelers try to send us a little blitz. Here's a throw out to the right side. We've got ETN. He keeps his feet in bounds. And that one is going to move the chains. So down by 3 points. We don't want to settle for the field goal, but we still have it at our disposal. Here's Hockenson on a 3rd down, fighting forward for the first down marker. And we get it to about the 12-yard line as his clock continues to run. This time ETN hits the hole with a lot of speed. He gets about 9 yards on that one, getting it inside the 5-yard line. So 2nd and 2. This time Stick. He's going to roll out to the right side. He's going to throw it, and it's going to be incomplete. That was a touchdown. He maybe could have ran it himself, but that was an open guy on that one. He should have made that throw. So now 3rd and 2. This time he's going to try to run it, and he does get stopped at about the 1-yard line. As we milk this clock down inside of 20 seconds, we call the timeout. So 1st and goal. This time Stick. He's going to use his legs, get out to the left side, and nobody's going to stop him on that scramble. That is a touchdown with 11 seconds left. Easton Stick takes the lead with his legs. And now Big Ben comes out onto the field with a desperation throw on a Hail Mary. He's going to air this one deep, but he just does not have the arm strength to get even close. And wow, we go on the road and win this game against the Steelers, and we move on to 5-1 to start this season out. Wow, even despite the missed throws that Easton Stick was making, we still pulled this one out. He finished 20 of 34 as Travis Etienne actually had a good game on the ground, 87 yards rushing off of 27 carries. Juju did do his thing for the Steelers. He went over 100 yards on 10 catches. Hockenson had another big day, though, for us. 8 receptions, 92 yards. And Tylan Wallace is doing well in the slot. He had a touchdown in this one as well for 88 yards. So we do end up with 3 interceptions, and our defense has been carrying our offense so far. But that was a really good win. So I talked about addressing the quarterback position in the beginning of this episode, and I am going to listen to you guys. You guys want to see D-Bird? We're going to go after D-Bird. He's an all-around quarterback, and the one thing I love about him is his throw under pressure is 84, and that's one thing that we don't have. So we are going to negotiate for D-Bird, first offering Mason Fine and 2 second-round picks. That gets denied. We up the ante. A 1st and 2 seconds. The first would be in next year's draft, not this coming year, but 2 years down the line, and they denied that one. So now we put in our 1st round pick for this coming draft, a 3rd and a 2nd for 2 years down the road, and we want to see what they think about this, and we're not even close. They are showing no interest in that. So we decide to offer up Tyrell Crosby. He is our backup right tackle, but still in his mid-20s. They do have needs at right outside linebacker and both tackles. So you would think a 1st Tyrell Crosby and a second for next year would make it. It's a little better, but we're still far off. They do not want to give up D Bird. So now we offer a huge trade. 2 firsts and Tyrell Crosby, our first this year and our first next year, and our backup right tackle at 25 years old. And we offered up for D Bird, and the meter barely moves from the last offer. So wow, we're going to have to do some maneuvering here. But then we decide to up the ante. Maybe Taylor Decker, the guy who we signed to a new contract in season 2. And we'll have to see if he will move on to Tampa Bay, only giving up 6 sacks. So we decide to offer a first, Taylor Decker, and a second. And the meter still stays the same. So they don't even want Taylor Decker. So now we up it a little bit more. A first, Taylor Decker, and Joel Edwards, who was our second round pick in the first player draft. And look at this. They just aren't budging. So now we decide to really up the ante. Jared Davis, Taylor Decker, and our first this coming year. Oh, it does move a little bit, but they still decline it. I'm not sure what they want. So we decide to up the ante a little bit more. I've been talking about trading Aaron Coleman and moving on from him because he's given up way too many big plays. And I decided to trade him to a team that it just makes sense for. They have a need at cornerback, and we acquire a first-round pick in next year's draft, and we decide to take on the contract of Wilson while giving up 2 third-round picks. But those third-round picks are kind of valuable, but we did acquire them in trade. And just looking at why this made sense for the Chiefs, they needed a cornerback. Colvin is their top cornerback, and their backup cornerback, Crossan, is actually hurt. So now they need some help there at corner. So now we decide to really up the ante. 2 first-round picks in next year's draft, and Taylor Decker for D Bird. And look at this. They still don't want it. So we decide to swap out. Maybe Jared Davis makes the difference here, because Madden only allows you to offer 3 pieces at a time. Maybe this will move it. Nope, it doesn't. So what we decide to do is walk away, because it just doesn't seem like a trade for D Bird isn't possible at all. So we decide to move on to a different quarterback in the same draft class as D Bird. Meet Rashard Hendricks, 22 years old. He is normal development. He has decent speed. He's 77 speed, but he's got good throw power. Good throw under pressure as well. It's in his mid-70s, and that's definitely something we can progress. And he was picked in the 3rd round, just like D Bird, but at the end of the 3rd round. And maybe, just maybe, he has the potential to be our future franchise quarterback. I'm not sold on Hendricks, but I think we just need a better option right now, and an option that comes cheaper. So we decide to actually trade Crosby because they do need tackle help, and they do accept that trade. And we do have Hendricks on our roster as kind of a, a compensatory, pick, or a compensatory trade value, trade asset from D Bird. This is what we came up with. We didn't have much of an option. There aren't too many quarterbacks around the league right now that have good value, that are kind of in their 70s and still young. Usually everybody's pretty spread out. There's either 50s overall quarterbacks, 60s overall quarterbacks, but not too many D Birds out there, to be honest. So then we hop into this next game, San Francisco versus the Lions. And we want to see if we're to come out with the win and move to 6-1, but we don't. We end up losing this game 20-16 as Jimmy Garoppolo comes into our building and wins on the road. Travis Etienne runs for 44. Jamal Williams pretty much gets stopped in this game. And even, our receivers here didn't really have big games. They had a lot of catches, but nobody really had a huge game. I'd say Tylan Wallace had the best game there, 6 catches, 90-plus yards. And our defense did not get after the quarterback. 1 sack, no turnovers. So now we hop into this next game sitting here at 5-2. And to be honest, I think this could be Easton Stick's final straw, as we just traded for Hendricks. So why not give him a shot if he gives us a better chance to win games and pretty much unlocks this potential of this offense. So now we go up against Todd Gurley and the Rams. Look at this day he had last game. 223 yards off of 18 carries and 2 touchdowns. That's a career day for Todd Gurley. So here we go, back out on offense here in the next game. And here is Dante Fowler starting out this game with a sack. And wow, that pressure was in there really quick. We got to watch it. Aaron Donald and Dante Fowler coming off the edge. So here is Kerryon Johnson back into action, getting the start in this one, as I'm glad to see him back because Travis Etienne has a lot of potential, but he can't be the full-time back right now. I don't think he's ready. But on a third down throw, Easton Stick just throws it at Etienne's feet, and we had to punt the ball away. And that brings back out Kirk Cousins, who is now the quarterback of the Los Angeles Rams. And right away, we get to him with Justin Coleman on the nickel blitz, and we get them to settle for 3 as we move the ball towards the end of the first quarter. Here's a throw across the middle. That's a nice throw. St. Brown Equinemius, he gets about 20 yards on that one, and it's a first down. Easton Stick's first big completion. So throw to the right side on the next play. Here's TJ Hockenson. He's getting open and tackled inside the 20-yard line on that one, covered by Miles Jack. And now we move it to the 16. Running double slants on this one. Stick throws to the second one, and it's going to be picked off in the end zone. Marvin Jones is overthrown, and take a look. It's going to be a block, and Buddy Calhoun is going to take this one all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. And wow, take a look. That was just a bad throw. I mean, severely overthrown. I don't know what Stick. I don't know why all his throws are just so inaccurate, but it doesn't seem like he's making a good impression, especially with Hendricks sitting there ready to come in. So now at the 42-yard line, after making a pretty good throw on that one, here is Stick. He's going to throw across the middle, and it's going to be picked off that time by Deontay Burnett. Maybe an ill-advised throw on that one and thrown into double coverage. Nikel Roby-Coleman on the receiving end of that one. So the Rams do take the 13-7 lead. Here's another throw across the middle, and it's another interception on the next drive. Wow, that one's to Equinemius St. Brown. I'm not sure whose fault that was. Maybe Stick could have thrown that lower. That was more of a possession catch on that one. We had the possession catch enabled, and wow, Stick already thrown 3 picks in this one. So here is Travis Etienne out to start the second half, just trying to get this offense going on the ground, gain of 9. So here he is on the next carry. Here's another carry up the middle. That one's a tackle by Marcus Peters as he moves the ball to about the 38. So Stick, throw to the left side. This time, it's a nice throw. That time, Marvin Jones is open on the curl route over the top of the linebacker, and that moves it across the 50. But now Stick cannot get the ball across the first down marker on first and second down, bringing it to a 3rd and 11. But that one is a nice throw. Marvin Jones getting open again. That's a gain of about 15 yards. So here's Jones on the left side, getting open again, beating one-on-one coverage. He's doing pretty good, beating Lions number 41 on the outside. So handoff up the middle. This time Kerryon. He's going to get in for the touchdown. Welcome back, Kerryon, from injury. I've been missing Kerryon Johnson because I love the 1-2 punch of him and Etienne. They provide 2 different types of sparks to this offense. Kerryon brings the grit, the power that we can run up the middle like this, and look at the hole that cutback lane developed. And he's at 90 yards rushing on 8 attempts in this game, 2 touchdowns as well. So now 2nd and 10, throw across the middle on the slant route, and look at that throw. I mean, man, Easton Stick just not making a good impression on this coaching staff. So throw across the middle on a 3rd and 10. This time he had a small window to make that throw to Kenny Galladay, and it's going to be incomplete, as now it is a 23-14 game moving into the 4th quarter. Stick Throw to the right side. He's got Galladay again, and he just airmails it out of bounds. 12 for 26 in this game. Easton Stick's days may look like they are numbered as he hands off this time to Kerryon Johnson as we get the ball back here. And Kerryon showing some power. He gets about a gain of 7 and gets over 100 yards in his welcome back game. So under center this time. Stick throws to the left side. He's got Marvin Jones. Finally a good throw. That's a touchdown. Marvin Jones has been getting open all game, and he makes it a 2-point game here in the fourth quarter. So all we have to do is make a stop. So here's Kirk Cousins out on the next drive, handing it off. This time to Henderson, who's in for Gurley. He breaks through a double-team tackle, and he's going to break this one all the way. Darrell Henderson out of Memphis. He breaks it all the way. And wow, just like that, we thought we had them stopped on that one, and Darrell Henderson showing some power. As now we have about 4 minutes left here in the game to kind of tie this game up. And Easton Stick just straight misses possibly a touchdown on that throw. So 3rd and 10 this time. Now Aaron Donald gets to him, and that's what happens when you miss those throws. You have opportunities where the defense now has a chance to get after you, and we settle for the field goal, making it a 5-point game. So now, under a minute left, we want them to milk the clock so we can call 3 straight timeouts. This time, Darrell Henderson gets the carry, though, and he gets in for the touchdown. And that one is the dagger in this game. And the Rams go on to win this game 36-24, as I just don't know. I think the starting job has been revoked from Easton Stick. 19 for 39, 48 completion percentage. Wow. I mean, just a bad taste that left in my mouth, I gotta admit. Kerryon Johnson, 10 for 108. That's a pretty good game. And ETN, 7 for 48. That's the type of 1-2 combo I'm looking for out of the running game. Marvin Jones almost went over 100 there with 8 receptions and a touchdown. But hardly any pressure in this game, and I was pretty surprised. Jelani Tavai actually had an interception and a sack, but Kirk Cousins did a decent job at quarterback. He threw a touchdown and an interception. And then Darrell Henderson, he came in for Todd Gurley, who I didn't notice was hurt, but he came in the first quarter after 2 carries from Gurley, and he ends up getting over 150 yards. So next episode, I have decided to turn to Rashard Hendricks. I hinted at it, and I think I'm gonna do it. I just traded for him. Why not give the young quarterback a shot? And you know who we're playing in Week 10? The Cleveland Browns, the team who we just acquired him from. So his first game starting with the Lions, he will be playing his old team. So you don't want to miss that one. Hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.